Good morning students, welcome back to the video class. So far you have discussed some of the basic important terms that is related to linear programming problems. Like from the first module you have discussed what is linear programming, what is feasible solution, what is objective function, what is linear constraints, and these are terms you have discussed along with some of the basic important terms from the second module like what is slack variable, what is surplus variables, and also you have discussed when to use slack variables, surplus variables, and what actually the standard format of LPP for applying simplex method also you have discussed, and also you have converted our LPP into standard format. These are things you have discussed, and also you have solved some numerical problems by using simplex method. In this video class also we are going to discuss one more numerical problem, and the two problems what you have done, those contain only two slack variables, but in this today's class the problem which is contain three slacks variable. So this is the problem we are going to discuss in this video class. Let us see the problem. The maximization z is equal to 2x1 plus 10x2 plus x3, which is subjected to nothing but these are the constraints. 5x1 plus 2x2 plus x3 less than or equal to 15, 2x1 plus x2 plus 7x3 less than or equal to 20, x1 plus 3x2 plus 2x3 less than or equal to 25, and all the variables x1, x2, x3 greater than or equal to 0. This is the problem they have given. So before going for solving this using simplex method, the first thing we need to observe is you have to observe objective function, whether the objective function is given as maximization or minimization. Since our problem directly they are given maximization, there is no need for conversion. If so, if we are given minimization problem, then we need to convert into maximization problem by multiplying -1 to objective function. Now come to second step. Now you need to convert now inequality sign into equation, nothing but it will be becomes equality sign now. Okay, for that whenever you have a constant subjected to less than equal to sign, then always you're going to use slack variable, nothing but it is a positive variable which is applied to the left hand side of the constraint to convert your inequality sign into equality sign or equation. Okay, now let us see how we're going to do this one now. Okay, maximum z is equal, let us see first constraints. 5x1 plus 2x2 plus x3 plus s1 is equal to 15, whereas s1 nothing but it is a positive variable, that positive value nothing but it is a slack variable. Okay, and second constraint nothing but 2x1 plus x2 plus 7x3 plus x2 nothing but it is also second slack variable that is applied to the second constant equal to 20, and go for third constant that is x1 plus 3x2 plus 2x3 plus s3 is equal to 25, whereas s1, s2, s3 all are called slack variable. Okay, with respect to first constant, second constant, and third constraint. See, whatever the positive variable that is applied to the left hand side of the constraint, that is going to be also added to the objective function whose coefficients will be always considered as 0. So that's what I represented here. mxz is equal to 2x1 plus 10x2 plus x3 plus 0s1 plus 0s2 and 0s3. All the variables here x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, s3 all are greater than equal to 0. This is the first step you need to do while solving for simplex method. Then go for next step, that is creation of table. Okay, let us see how to create this table. First row, just you observe this table. The first row always representing CO nothing but what I told already in the last previous video classes you have discussed. CO nothing but coefficient of objective functions. Coefficient of objective functions. What are the coefficient of objective functions here? Just look at here. The coefficient of objective functions of here 2x1 nothing but the coefficient of objective function is what now 2 for x1 variable and 10 for x2 variable, and similarly x3 variable plus 0 for s1, 0 for s2 and 0 for s3. These are all called as the quotient of objective function. Okay, that's what you're going to representing now in this tables here. This is what you are represented 2, 10, 1, 0, 0 in the first row of your table. C suffix O nothing but coefficient of objective functions. Okay, next go for second row now. This second row, here I have written BV nothing but what, basic variables. Always the basic variable will be taken as slack variables. Always you're going to take the basic variables as slack variables. That's what I represented in BV column. In BV column I represented S1, S2, S3. Okay, next come for C suffix B1 nothing but coefficient of basic variable in objective function. Coefficient of basic variable in objective function. That's what the C suffix B0 representing. See here in this column, just to observe your objective function. What are the coefficient of S1, S2, S3? Here coefficient of S1 and S2, S3 are 0, 0, 0. That's what I represented in this column 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, now come for now here exactly below 2 are representing its variable. Which one? X1. Similarly for 10 it is X2. Similarly for 1 it is X3. Similarly for 0, 0 S1, S2, S3. And these RHS column representing your constant values or equality after nothing but right hand side values. What are the right hand side values here? These are called what? Right hand side values. These are called what? Right hand side values. Okay. Now just similarly you go for S1, S2, S3. Here S1 row, this row, S1 row representing, we need to representing the variables of first constraint. Similarly S2 representing all the coefficient of variables from the second constraint. Similarly S3, similarly your S3 also representing coefficient of third constraint here. Okay, the S1 row, S2 row, S3 row here, whatever you are writing 2, 1, 7, all those are called values of coefficient from the first constraint, second constraint and third constraint. Let us see here. See here, look at this subject constraint in 2. Here first constraint is, say for x1 variable it is 5. Similarly for x2 variable it is 2. Similarly for x3 1. Similarly for s1 it is 1 and s2, s3 are 0. That's what I have represented here in this case. Here observe here 5, 2, 1, 1. Here in the first constraint s2, s3 not present. That's why I represent 0 and its constant value is 15. Similarly for S2 row, just to observe the objective function, constraint, second constraint value here. Second constraint, let us look after what are the coefficient of x1, x2, x3, s1, s2 variables here. From the second constraint we can say that x1 it is 2, x2 1, x3 7, s1 is not there, 0 will take, and s2 it will be there and s3 will be 0. That's what I represented in second constraint. Nothing but in s2 row I have written exactly the 2, 1, 7, 0, 1, 0 and its constant value is 20. Similarly for third constant value coefficient you need to represent now. For x1 it is 1 and x2 3, x3 2 and x1 s2 are not there, 0, 0 it will be there and s3 you need to represent its constant value is 25. That's what I represent 1, 3, 2, 0, 0, 1 and RHS value is 25. Now you have created all those things. Now go for finding out your Z equation. Go for finding out your Z equation. Okay, how to calculate the Z equation? The Z equation row elements can be found by using formula, that is Z is equal to, your Z is equal to what? Summation of C suffix B1, nothing, coefficient of basic variable in objective function and xi column minus coefficient of objective function. Let us see how it will going to be calculated now. See, it is coefficient of basic variable objective function column and corresponding to x1 we need to multiply. Similarly after the same CBO into x2 and same with x3 and same with s1, same with s2 and s3, like that you need to calculate along with minus of coefficient of objective function. These are the coefficient of objective functions. Okay, let us see first one. 0 into 5, here 0 into 5 plus 0 into 2 plus 0 into 1, 0 minus of coefficient of objective function is what now? It is 2 now, minus 2. Here I have represented minus 2. Similarly, for x2 column you need to calculate now. Similarly, for 0 by anything it will be 0. That's what 0. Minus of coefficient of objective function is what now? That is 10. Similarly, for under x3 column now. Similarly, for under x3 column it is 0 into 1, 0 into 7 plus 0 into 2. 0 by anything will be 0 and minus of 1 I have represented 0. And similarly for s1, s2, s3 all will be 0 because your coefficient of objective function for s1, s2 and s3 variables will be 0. 0 by anything will be 0 along with your coefficient of objective functions also 0, and now it will be taken as s1, s2, s3 will be 0. Understood? Now once you have created Z equation, the Z, what for you are going to calculate Z equation means, the Z equation is going to be helpful. Suppose if you Z equation you got all the values will be greater than equal to 0, then the solution is going to be stopped here. Okay, then you need to go for solution. Okay, unless you get positive value, this process will be goes on continuous. Nothing but the continuous iteration should be done. Okay, now in this Z equation I didn't get all values are positive. Okay, now you go for next further procedure. For further procedure you need to calculate now key column and key row. Key column and key row. Okay, for getting key column in Z equation, the value which is having highest, nothing but the value which is having negative, maximum value with negative you need to select now. Understood? In Z equation, the value with most highest value with the negative sign you need to select. In that, just to observe the Z equation, the most maximum value with negative sign which is 1, that is minus 10. That corresponding column is what? X2 now. That corresponding column is called key column. That's corresponding key column. Now here in that Z equation, the value with maximum value with negative which is 1, that is minus 10. This column is called as key column, that is X2 column. Okay. Next, how to calculate your key row now? Okay, key row. Here, whatever the values you got here under X2 column, see here for S1 row, your X2 here 2 will be there. No, this column, the 2 values should be multiplied to the RHS value. That is here 15 will be there. No, that 15 by 2 you have to do. You will get 7.5. Similarly with the same column. Okay, under X2 column for second row, its value will be 1. That 1 you need to multiply, divided to the RHS value. That is 20 divided by 1, it will get 20. Similarly for S3 row, 3, our value is 3 under X2 column, 3 divided, 25 divided by 3. If you do it, you are going to get 8.33. See, this is the ratio. These ratios are going to be calculated only for finding out your key row values. Key row values. How to get your key row values? In this ratio, the value which is having a minimum with non-negative value you need to select it. Minimum non-negative value you need to select. Since all are positive, in that minimum value is what? 7.5. That entire row, nothing but S1 row is called what? Key row. This is called key row, or else it is called leaving variable, whereas X2 column or key column is also called as entering variable. Entering variable. Understood? You got the idea or not? First thing is what? After calculation of Z equation helpful. If you get all the values positive, you need to stop its solution. Other than positive, greater than equal to sign, you got nothing but negative signs. That in that, the negative with most maximum value, that value you need to take. That corresponding column is called what? Key column. It is also called as entering variable, whereas key row, what you have selected, nothing but the ratio what there in ratio column, the value with non-negative with minimum value you need to select. Since all are positive, in that minimum is what now? 7.5. That entire row here in this problem, S1 I am going to call as a key row. It is also called as leaving variable. Okay, so this is how we are going to calculate key row and key column. Just to go to the next step now. So this is the next step. Again same thing, same table I have created here. Nothing but see, same table, nothing but coefficient of basic variable is 2, 10, 1, 0, 0, 0. And also for same basic variable, see just slight changes you're going to come across in basic variable. What is that change here? I told here x2 key column. Sorry, one more thing I forgot to tell you. The intersection point of key row and key column, that point is called key column. This here 2 is called as a key element. Intersection of key row and key column, that particular element is called what? Key element. Okay, that is very much important. Okay, now here once you got the values of key column, once we got the key column and key row, now one is going to be replaced by another, nothing but a key column here x2 variable is going to be replaced with s1 now, nothing but in place of s1 x2 is going to come into picture now. That's why key column is called the entering variable, s1 is called leaving variable. Understood? Now now in case of s1 x2 I am going to write, and whose coefficient function in the objective function is 10. See, that's what I have written here, x2 and whose coefficient value will be in objective function is 10. Then how to calculate that x2 row values now? X2 row values, you got the idea or not? Values with key element. Values with key element. What are the old values? What are the old values you got here? The old values under first row. Under nothing but if you compare this one, see here values first row, second row, third row. Nothing but previous S1 rows will be there. No, those rows will be divided by your key element. Okay, these are called new values for your third row. Nothing but from the first beginning, first, second, third row, or a second called as x2 row. Understood or not? Now x2 row you got x2 row values. How you got x2 row values? Nothing but old values, nothing but here s1 row values. Old values will be nothing but s1 row values divided by your key element. You need to do it. Those are called new values for x2 variable. X2 variable. See here old variable. If you see old variable here, what is the old variable here? 5 divided by key element is what? 2. Understood? 5 by 2 under x1 column. Similarly 2 by 2 1. Similarly for x3 1 by 3. See here 5 by 2 2 by 2 it is only 1. Again here 1 by 2, again 1 by 2, 0 0. Understood? Same thing you need to do it here again. See here 5 by 2 1, 1 by 2 1 by 2, 0 0. And similarly RHS value is how much now? RHS value here 15. For this also you need to divide your key element, that is 7.5. See, this is how you are going to calculate for x2 row values, but remaining rows will be there like s2 and s3. For these values, for finding out these values, the formula will be different. The leaving row variables can be calculated by old values divided by key element. If you do it, the particular value you are going to get it. Here x2 variables will be calculated. Just now I told old values, nothing but the values from the s1 row will be divided by your key element. If you do it, you are going to get the values of 5. Previously it was 5 divided by 2, it is 5 by 2, and the previous value, old value is 2, and 2 by 2 it is 1. And similarly here old value is 1 and divided by 2 it becomes 1 by 2. Similarly for here last old value is 1 divided by 2, if you do it, and 0 0. Here RHS value for the old value is 15. If you do it for key element divided by 2, nothing but 7.5. Okay, now how to calculate new values for row s2 and s3 now? Okay, for that, so it is the values, the formula is totally different when you compare to whenever you got the values only 2 slack variable. For 2 slack variable, the formula will be what? Old element minus its corresponding key column value and into corresponding key row value divided by key element. That is actually you have done in last 2 problems. There you got only slack variables 1 2. Now whenever you have got slack variables more than 2, the value will be different now. The formula will be different now. What is that formula? The formula will be old element, same value, same here, minus its corresponding column coefficient S into C. This is what different here. Corresponding new equation element. New equation element what? What your new equation you got now? Here S2, X2 variables are not corresponding equation element. You got the idea or not? Nothing but entering variable coefficients, all the way entering row. That entering row what you have created now, all are called what? New equation elements. Okay, the formula is here: old element minus corresponding column coefficient into corresponding new equation element. New equation element nothing but what you have created for x2 row. Those values are corresponding equation elements. Okay, now let us discuss how to calculate your s2 and s3 variables. Now old element is what now? See here, from go to the last slide. Now for s2 old element is what? 2. Yes or no? 2 is there, that's why 2 minus corresponding column here corresponding. See here, corresponding key column value is how much? 2 into, and your corresponding, see here, you are talking about x1 and nothing but s2 row under xy column, its corresponding new element is what? 5 by 2. If you do it, you're going to get minus 1 by 2. Understood? Again you go for next one. Next here, next one under x2 old value x2 row under x2 row under x2 element, it is 1. Old value is 1. Okay, and corresponding key column here for row key column will be common, that's why 1 into its corresponding new value is what? 1. If you do it, you're going to get 0. Similarly for here, old value for x3 column under x2 row, that is 7, and column will be same 7 into corresponding here new element is what? 1 by 2. If you do it, you will get it 13 by 2. Similarly for here fourth, it is 0. Here you observe here for fourth 0, fifth 1 and sixth 0. Fourth 0 and corresponding key column and corresponding here its row new element will be 1 by 2. If you get minus 1 by 2. Similarly old value will be 0. This is I'm talking about 0. So last value 0. For 0 it is into corresponding column will be into, and corresponding value will be 0. You are going to get 0. And similarly for RHS value also you need to calculate. RHS BC last old value is 20 and corresponding key element is 1, and similarly your corresponding new value is 7.5. If you do it, you are going to get 12.5 for that. Similarly same equation will be applied for getting values for S3. What are the old values for S3 here? See here, just old value 1, 3, 2, 0, 0, 1, 25. These are the old values. Using that, you are going to calculate. Old values is 1 minus corresponding key column value is what? 3. For this 3 is common for entire row now. For all the element, it will be common. 3 into corresponding, it will be 5 by 2. Okay. Similarly for x2. 1, similarly for this 1 by 2, similarly for this 1 by 2, similarly 0, 0. If you do it, you are going to calculate here 1 into corresponding key column will be common for all the elements for the third row. Okay, minus corresponding is 5 by 2. Understood? 5 by 2 you are going to get minus 13 by 2. Okay. Similarly 3, similar old value is 3 minus corresponding column will be, and its value will be 1, it will become 0. And similarly 2 minus 3 into, okay, see here I have written minus 2, it is not minus 2, it is a plus. Okay, it will become minus 13 by 2. Similarly old value is 3 minus its corresponding key column will be 3 coefficient into 1, its value will be, see new value that x2 row values here corresponding x2 will be 1, that I have written, it will be 0. Similarly old value is 2 minus 3 coefficient will be column coefficient will be 3 into new element entered here 1 by 2 I have written. If you do it, you get 1 by 2. Similarly old value will be 0 minus 3 and 1 by 2. It is here x2 row with corresponding to s1 it is 1 by 2. If you do it, minus 3 by 2, and fifth one will be again 1 into 3 into 0 you will get it. Similarly for RHS value it is old value is 25 into 3 into 7.5 you are going to get 2.5. See, this is how we are going to calculate This is how we're going to calculate your S2 and S3 variables. S2 and S3 variables. Now, once you got the values of S2, X2, S2, S3 variables, again same procedure you need to go for that. What is that? Go for Z equation. Z equation. How to calculate Z equation? Just now I told the formula will be again. Z equation is equal to summation of CBO, coefficient of basic variable, into xi column, nothing but all the columns values minus coefficient of basic variable, that is C suffix O. Same thing here, you need to apply here. For this one, same you need to apply here. You need to apply here. Okay, just what is that? See, 10 into 5 by 2. Okay, 10 into 5 by 2. If you go at 5, understood? Similarly, 0, 0. Understood? 5 by 2. Same thing you need to calculate here. Now, summation of CBO. First element, what is first element here? 10 into 5 by 2. If you do it, you will get 25. Okay, remaining will be 0 into 0 will be 0. Minus of 2, you will get 23. Okay, similarly, 10 into 110. Similarly, zeros will be the 0 into 0, 0 into 0, and 10, 10, it will be 0. Similarly, for 10 into 1 by 2, you will get 5. 5 minus 1, 4. Similarly, here 5, 5, it will be 0, and remaining will be L, everything will be 0. Okay, this is how you calculated your Z equation. Z equation. Now you see here, in Z equation, after each and every Z equation, we need to see whether value you got in Z equation it is greater than or equal to 0. If it is there, then you stop it and go for getting the solution. Since all the elements in Z equations are positive, then you stop it and don't go for next iteration values, and corresponding values you need to take. What are the corresponding values for X2? Values are 7.5 and S2 12.5 and S3 2.5. Okay, nothing but you are going to forget your S2 and S3 values. We need to take only X2 valuable. X2 valuable. Understood? Next you go for this solution phase here. This is our solution phase. X2 nothing but 7.5, S2 is 12.5 and S3 is 2.5. Then X1 will be 0 and X2 is 7.5, X3 will be 0. Then you go for function here. What is the objective function here taken? My Z equation is what? 2x1 plus 10x2 plus x3. Okay, in that equation we are supposed to add our values what you got at the last year. Nothing but always one thing you have to remember, that your always basic variable values will be available on right hand side, nothing but in RHS column. Right hand side value, that is RHS column, that we need to take for substituting your values in your objective function. Understood? Now here just you observe your x2 here. X2 is 7.5. That 7.5 we need to substitute in your equation. What is that equation here? 2x1 plus 10x2 plus x3. x1 is 0 obviously, and x2 will be 7.5 plus x3 will be 0. If you do it, you are going to get maximum Z is equal to 75. This is how you are going to calculate your values from your solution. Understood? See, one more thing you have to remember, that here for whenever you got slack variable x1, x2, s3 more than 2 means the formula will be changes. Whenever slack variable having only 2 slack variables, then formula will be old element minus its corresponding column coefficient in corresponding, nothing but it is a product of column, key column element into key column row, key column element into key row element divided by key element. You got the idea? But whenever you are going to solving with more than 3 slack variables, then the formula will be old element minus its corresponding key column coefficient into corresponding new equation element, that is always x2. Nothing but which are the row that is entering here, the entering row will be there, no, that corresponding new equation element, that you need to take as a corresponding new element, that you need to substitute for getting your values here. Understood? See, this is how we need to calculate your whenever the problem is given with 3 slack variables. Okay, and one more thing, in the last 2 video classes you are done with only 2 slack variables, it is 3 slack variables. Okay, see, this is the important thing we need to remember in this equation, in this problem. Here one more thing, if you have any doubt regarding this video class, again you send your any feedback, any problem regarding this solving these problems, and please send feedback regarding this in Google Classroom. Wherever you find difficulties, again we will going to discuss in the last previous video classes. Any difficulties arises, send in Google Classroom. Okay, thank you. And in next video class we are going to do one more problem which is pertaining to, yes, till now you have given only maximum z is equal to equation is given. Let us solve with minimization problem. If it is so available, we are going to convert minimization and we are going to solve the problem in the next video classes. And also next video classes we are going to discuss big M method. Okay, what is big M method? And almost simplex method, big M method is slightly different, whereas in big M method we are going to add one more variable that is called artificial variable will be there. That artificial, how to add and when to use that artificial variable, everything going to discuss in the next video class.